Understanding relational dynamics requires observing consistent behavioral and historical patterns. Certain profiles demonstrate a higher statistical probability of relational instability, bonding difficulties, and resource depletion. This analysis is not a commentary on personal lifestyle choices, but a strategic examination of identifiable trends that frequently correlate with long-term partnership failure. Many individuals only recognize these patterns after significant personal investment, emotional, temporal, and financial, has been expended, and after experiencing a profound erosion of trust. The objective here is to provide a framework for early identification, allowing for informed decision-making before such costs are incurred. The patterns are remarkably consistent. The indicators are identifiable. Those who choose to disregard these observable signals often share similar outcomes. This extensive guide will detail 7 specific profiles, the behavioral markers that reveal their operational history, the signs indicating a diminished capacity for secure attachment, and why certain past behaviors are reliable predictors of future relational challenges. Profile 1. The sequential attachment figure. This profile initially appears stable, as it avoids the appearance of casual encounters. However, a deeper examination reveals a history of consecutive, short-term, labeled relationships. For instance, she may have had 15 serious partners in a decade, with each alliance lasting between 3 and 8 months. The stated reason for dissolution is consistently that he wasn't the one, with minimal time spent alone between partnerships. The danger lies in the disguise of promiscuity behind a facade of commitment. Technically, there was no infidelity within each bond, yet the constant rotation of partners under the boyfriend label reveals an underlying instability. This pattern is destructive due to 3 core issues. 1. Superficial bonding. The pattern demonstrates an absence of deep, lasting connection. The individual exits consistently at the conclusion of the initial infatuation phase, avoiding the substantive work required to build an enduring partnership. 2. Novelty dependence. There is a clear addiction to the intense stimulation of new relationship energy, the heightened attention, passion, and idealization. When this naturally subsides, she lacks the skills to transition into a mature, committed phase, having never cultivated them. 3. Accumulated relational trauma. Each sequential breakup contributes to emotional baggage, resentment, disappointment, and eroded trust. After numerous failed attempts, she carries significant unresolved issues that will inevitably be projected onto a new partner. Key identifiers: a history of multiple, abbreviated relationships, periods of singleness lasting less than a month, a pattern of rapid, intense love followed by abrupt disillusionment, a narrative where every ex was perfect until he suddenly wasn't. Involvement with this profile positions you as the next in sequence. When the novelty you provide diminishes, you will be replaced, continuing the established cycle. Don't forget to support this channel. If you're finding value in this deep dive, hit the like button right now. It helps this content reach others who need to see it. Profile 2. The retrospectively reformed reveler. This individual openly acknowledges a past period of high-intensity social behavior, often tied to late adolescence or early adulthood, characterized by frequent partying, multiple casual partners, and possibly substance experimentation. She now claims, often in her late 20s or 30s, to have fundamentally changed and to be seeking seriousness. The danger is the dismissal of the past as irrelevant. The claim is that the previous behavior holds no predictive power for the future. However, core behavioral patterns and neurochemical adaptations are not easily erased by simple aging. Her history is a relevant data point. The destructiveness stems from 3 factors. 1. Diminished bonding capacity. Research in neurochemistry and sociology suggests that a high number of prior sexual partners can correlate with reduced oxytocin receptor sensitivity, potentially impacting the depth of pair bonding. Sociological data further indicates statistical correlations with higher divorce rates and lower marital satisfaction. 2. Motivation for change. Often, the shift is not born of genuine, value-based transformation, but of changing circumstances, decreased social capital, aging, and a newfound need for stability and provision. The partner may represent a strategic plan B rather than a first choice. 3. Transactional view of intimacy. Years of treating sex as a casual or validation-seeking activity can rewire the association of intimacy with commitment. Sex can become a transactional tool rather than an expression of deep, exclusive connection. Key identifiers: minimization of her past. I was young and stupid. A robust archive of party-centric social media history. Frequent, casual references to past flings. A social circle that remains entrenched in the lifestyle she claims to have left. Committing to this profile often means engaging with a partner who may carry significant relational and intimate baggage from her past. Profile 3. The perpetually orbited. This profile maintains an active roster of platonic male friendships where the boundaries are ambiguous. She insists these are just friends, yet consistently engages in one-on-one meetings, deep emotional texting, and turns to them during conflicts in your relationship. Any expression of discomfort from you is labeled as insecurity or controlling behavior. The danger is the strategic use of gaslighting to normalize inappropriate boundaries. These men are rarely purely platonic. They are typically backup options or sources of validation kept in reserve. The dynamic is toxic because 1. Validation seeking. A securely attached individual does not require constant attention from a harem of opposite-sex admirers. This need reveals a dependence on external male validation for self-esteem. 2. Preparedness for branch swinging. This behavior is a risk mitigation strategy. She ensures she never releases one relational branch before securing the next. These friends are pre-vetted, emotionally invested replacement candidates. 3. Disregard for partnership boundaries. A partner who prioritizes the health of the primary relationship will voluntarily establish clear boundaries with outsiders. Her insistence on maintaining these orbits shows that your comfort is secondary to her need for auxiliary attention. Key identifiers: constant, low communication with multiple male friends, regular one-on-one plans with them, immediate accusations of being controlling when boundaries are discussed, ex-partners who remain intimately involved in her emotional life, an aggressive, defensive posture regarding these friendships. Long-term involvement guarantees that when your utility wanes, a replacement is already queued. What's your experience been? Have you encountered someone who fits this description? Type yes in the comments below. I read every single one. Profile 4. The unacknowledged transactionalist. This individual has a history of relationships marked by significant age or resource disparities, but never admits to transactional dynamics. Her social history features luxury travel, fine dining, and gifts far exceeding her own means, explained away as being invited or having a generous friend. She has learned to monetize intimacy without using the terminology of direct exchange. The danger is the permanent conditioning of her brain to associate romance and sexual access with material benefit. This creates profound obstacles to genuine, non-transactional intimacy. She is destructive because 1. Transactional framework. Her mindset is calibrated to evaluate relationships through a cost-benefit analysis. She unconsciously assesses what she is receiving in exchange for her companionship and intimacy. 2. Devaluation of non-material investment. Acts of service, quality time, and emotional labor do not register as valuable currency in her system, which is tuned to quantify tangible, material benefits. 3. Constant upward comparison. Having been accustomed to a certain level of material provision, she will inevitably compare you to past benefactors. Unless you meet or exceed that standard, she may perpetually feel she is settling, leading to resentment. Key identifiers: a lifestyle conspicuously mismatched with her personal income, an exclusive dating history with wealthy, older men, high material expectations established early, frequent, casual mentions of expensive gifts from past friends, presence on dating platforms associated with sugar relationships, even if claimed to be just curious. With this profile, you can never be certain if the attachment is to you or to your provisioning capacity. Profile 5. The social circle participant. This is the woman who has been intimately involved with multiple members of your extended social network, friends, coworkers, or acquaintances. She may have dated your friend 2 years ago, had a situationship with your colleague, and is now expressing interest in you. This creates a blanket of social discomfort that everyone feels, but no one directly addresses. The danger is the severe social collateral damage. This profile turns your support system into a minefield. The destructiveness is threefold. 1. Erosion of social standing. Other men within the circle who have had prior involvement with her will unconsciously view you as lower status for accepting what they have already experienced or discarded. In group dynamics, this positions you unfavorably. 2. Information asymmetry. These individuals possess intimate knowledge of her behavior, character, and patterns that you do not. Their collective decision not to commit to her is a powerful data point you are ignoring. 3. Destruction of group cohesion. Social gatherings become awkward. Friends must censor themselves. A shared sexual history creates permanent, unspoken tension. If the relationship ends poorly, you risk losing not only the partner, but vital friendships. Key identifiers: an uncomfortable overfamiliarity with your social circle, vague, warning comments from friends, her avoidance of group events where certain individuals will be present, peculiar, strained reactions when her name is mentioned among your peers. Choosing this profile often means trading your social capital and respect for a partner who has already explored your immediate network. If this analysis is protecting you from future hardship, you need to subscribe. New videos breaking down these complex dynamics are released every week. Don't miss out. Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications now. Profile 6. The digital validation seeker. This profile derives her primary sense of self-worth from online admiration. Her social media presence is a meticulously curated display of sexualized or attention-seeking content aimed at generating maximum engagement from a predominantly male audience. Her entire identity is performative, built upon the dopamine hits of likes, comments, and follower counts from strangers. The danger is the constant, public display of perceived availability while she claims you are her sole focus. You are competing with the validated attention of thousands. She is destructive due to modern realities. 1. Addiction to mass validation. Her neurological reward system is hooked on the scale of anonymous male attention. No single partner can possibly compete with or satisfy this insatiable need for external affirmation. 2. Signaled perpetual availability. A public, sexualized digital persona is a signal of openness. Her direct messages are flooded with options, making temptation and alternative connections perpetually one click away. 3. Narcissistic superficiality. When self-worth is rooted entirely in physical appearance and the applause of strangers, the development of character, empathy, and relational skills is often neglected. The capacity for private, intimate bonding is underdeveloped. Key identifiers: a feed dominated by provocative imagery, a follower base with a highly skewed male-to-female ratio, engagement with direct messages from unknown men, posts and stories designed to elicit jealousy, a life lived primarily for the digital audience. A relationship with this profile means sharing your partner, in effect, with a limitless online male audience whose attention she actively cultivates. Profile 7. The historical revisionist. This is perhaps the most insidious profile. She actively conceals or drastically misrepresents her sexual history. When asked directly, she provides a number that is a fraction of the true count, omits key relationships, and creates a sanitized narrative of her past. Inconsistencies are met with deflection or further gaslighting. The danger is foundational deception. She is engineering your consent and commitment based on knowingly false information. This is destructive because 1. Fraudulent informed consent. You have the right to make major life decisions based on truthful data. By lying about her history, she strips you of this right, securing your investment under false pretenses. 2. Pattern of deceit. Willingness to lie about something as fundamental as intimate history establishes a pattern. If she will deceive here, she is capable of lying about anything she perceives as a threat to the relationship's stability. 3. Inevitable collapse. Truth has a way of emerging through old messages, encounters with past partners, or eventual confession. The discovery that the relationship's foundation is built on a lie typically destroys trust irreparably. Key identifiers: stories about her past that change or lack specific details, heightened defensiveness or emotional manipulation when the topic arises, a claimed partner count that seems improbably low and static, comments from her social circle that contradict her official narrative. If you discover the deception and remain, You teach her that the strategy is effective, inviting future lies. Why do individuals ignore these clear indicators? Several factors contribute. Sexual scarcity mindset. Fear of losing access can lead to rationalizing unacceptable behavior. Optimistic denial. The desire for her to be the exception overpowers the logical recognition of the pattern. Cultural pressure. Modern discourse often shames men for considering a partner's past, incorrectly labeling prudence as prejudice. Manipulative narratives. These profiles are adept at framing themselves as victims of circumstance rather than architects of their choices, enticing partners into a savior role. The evidence, however, remains clear. Behavioral history is a strong predictor of future behavior. Patterns of promiscuity, validation seeking, and boundary disrespect correlate strongly with higher probabilities of infidelity, relational dissatisfaction, and divorce. What should you seek instead? Prioritize a partner with a demonstrated history of stability, discernment, and secure attachment. Look for a historical pattern of discernment and intimacy, independence from constant external validation, a value system that honors commitment and clear relational boundaries, a social and personal history that aligns with long-term partnership goals. Such partners are indeed a minority and require you to bring high value to the table yourself. The investment in self-improvement to attract and keep such a partner is the most worthwhile endeavor you can undertake. Never compromise your foundational standards for temporary convenience, loneliness, or social coercion. Your long-term peace, legacy, and resources depend on judicious selection. To recap the 7 profiles. 1. The sequential attachment figure. 2. The retrospectively reformed reveler. 3. The perpetually orbited. 4. The unacknowledged transactionalist. 5. The social circle participant. 6. The digital validation seeker. 7. The historical revisionist. These are not moral condemnations. They are strategic, evidence-based assessments of compatibility and probable relational outcomes. The data is unequivocal. This video is merely the beginning. To fully arm yourself, you need a comprehensive system for evaluation, early red flag detection, and avoidance of costly relational investments. The complete framework used by top relationship strategists is available. The link is in the description. If safeguarding your future, your energy, and your assets is a priority, you need this resource. Did this extended guide resonate? Have you dated any of these types? Comment below with your number, 1 through 7, and share what you learned from the experience. The community learns from every shared story. Finally, if you found this breakdown valuable, do 2 things. Share this with one friend who needs to see it, and smash the like button to amplify this message. The past is the most reliable predictor we have. Patterns foretell the future. Your choice of partner is the most significant decision of your life. You now possess the knowledge. Use it to protect your peace, direct your resources wisely, and build a lasting partnership with an individual who possesses the capacity for true, secure, and exclusive commitment.